Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. You clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for November 28th through December 12th. Not looking at much change, and we'll go through that in the pattern in the coming weeks. This is for November 28th through December 2nd. We have a ridge here over the Northeast Pacific, forcing a trough here. Forcing a trough here in the west, and above normal heights with a zonal flow across in the east. Another ridge forecast here across the Caribbean, Bahamas area that builds westward in time. We go through the models. Come to December 2nd, this is what we see. See, this ridge eventually builds into Mexico. And the resultant flow will be progressive. Fast-moving systems moving across the country. Temperatures forecast to be below normal west of the Divide in the Southern Rockies, but the anomalies could be near or more than 20 degrees below normal. Above normal temperatures forecast for the South Central states and much of the East, with anomalies at 10 to 15 degrees above normal. Below normal temperatures are forecast for the West Coast and New England, and above normal precipitation is forecast for the Southern Plains, Lower Mississippi Valley, into the Midwest. Okay, now we're going to look a little bit at the flow at the surface. You see, here's one system moving through the east central states. This would be early next week. And then some people are talking about snow. The GFS showing snow, but it doesn't look as much as it has been as far as yesterday went. It was showing a lot more. So I think that's waning. And you can see, we'll go back a little bit where the 540 line is when the GFS gets snow in here. It is, back it up a little bit. The 540 line is through northern New Jersey. And then we look at the other models. The 540 line is further to the south, and the GFS pushes it out. This is not the GFS. The European pushes it out faster. This will be a frontal boundary that will be moving through. And the flow is forecast to be flatter compared to the previous period with above normal heights. Let me go back to the map. With above normal heights and a zonal flow across the east central states with a ridge over Cuba into Mexico. So for this forecast period, I am calling for give me a second. Okay, we have to do it this way. I am calling for, I don't have the right map up. Calling for below normal temperatures here, and I'm calling for anomalies to be near 15 degrees or more below normal, especially across here the northern Rockies, and above normal temperatures forecast here with anomalies near 6 degrees above normal for precipitation. Calling for below normal precipitation here and here. I'm not so sure about further points north, but I kept it like this for now. And the probability of occurrence is near 35%, low probability. And we have above normal precipitation here. Probability of occurrence is near 40%. Looking ahead, this will be for December 8th to the 12th. Eighth to the 12th, all right here. Models are indicating a trough to develop across the north central states. You can see here with upper low here over northwest Canada into the west. Now here's an interesting thing. The GFS is showing these two ridges across Greenland and Alaska to join forces. This should force this upper low to the south. That could happen, but the flow still remains flat. And there is also talk about an upcoming stratospheric warming event, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. So, and we have also, we have a ridge building near the west coast. So the change in the temperature anomalies from the previous period is to extend the area below normal temperatures here across the Great Lakes region, the Midwest, into New England. And the anomalies are forecast to be maybe 4 to 6 degrees below normal. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation here and for most of the southeast. And the probability of occurrence is 35 to 45%. Greatest anomalies here. Take a look at the polar vortex. We're going to take a look at the 3D image. And as you go through the previous hours and days, you can see it generally remains to the north, starting to sink into the northern states. And that might be due because you can see here the polar vortex stretched. And that caused weakening. Another thing that causes weakening and then trying to retreat. Another thing that causes weakening here is, let me go to another map. Is let me get it open for a minute. If you look at the snow anomalies, the snow anomalies here, snow cover is an extent across the northern hemisphere is impressive, and more so in November in the past month than October. And the northern hemisphere snow cover extent is near decadal highs. But also looking at the northern hemisphere snow depth anomalies show the depth in Siberia is almost universally above normal. And then studies showed that the deep snow cover in Siberia is a strong precursor to a more active vertical wave activity flux. And this could be an early sign of a more active period of the wave activity flux that is necessary to disrupt the polar vortex. Okay? And let me see if I have another map I want to show. I think I had a couple other ones. Oh, also here is the the extent of the snow cover right now. This is from Environmental Canada. And another one I want to show, where is it? Where's my map? Oh, I don't have it. Is the MJO as in phase 6. And the forecasts are for the MJO to quickly move into phase 7 and then weaken to where no phases favor. And the MJO phase 6 favors ridging in western U.S. with a trough in the eastern U.S., while the MJO phase 7 favors a deep Aleutian low with ridging across Canada and a trough across the U.S. The MJO could be having an influence in the weather across North America over the next 2 weeks. And we'll have to keep an eye on that, because also if it weakens, it could also lead to warmer temperatures. We have to keep an eye on that. All right, so that's the long-range weather forecast discussion for November 28th through December 12th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.